landed.
Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully everyone can hear us okay. Turning the volume up.
Hope the stream is quick enough to deal with this.
Yeah, let us know if it's
a little
terrible.
laggy.
We are in a hotel room Wi-Fi.
See if you can log on to YouTube. See it's on YouTube.
Yeah, let us know how it is. It's on YouTube.
Watch the videos. I want to learn.
Okay, Mikey, we're live. It's okay. All right.
No real lag. Thank you, William.
Hopefully the sound is okay.
Awesome. Cool.
All right.
Okay, guys. Well, we were at Accra Day today.
Yep. Orange Tree.
Yeah. We had a 4-man scramble going on.
Don't mind what happened.
We played pretty good. We shot 12 under and we lost by 1. We missed a 6-footer in the last green to win the thing.
All 4 of us missed the same putt.
Yeah, we did. We did. So tomorrow's the first official day, demo day, and we're gonna get a chance to get the camera out and
we'll
get
be
to
there.
work.
We'll be there first thing.
Okay.
Doing the rounds.
Sound is better than the epic flash. It's good to know.
Poor epic flash.
Good to know.
Yeah, feel free to chime in with questions. We're just going to do a little live from the hotel room Q&A. We tried to film some videos this weekend, but it was windy as hell yesterday.
Crazy windy. We were out yesterday.
There's no filming anything.
Bay Hill with no chance. Sunscreen lesson learned, Matty. You actually had sunscreen on today?
It was actually, this is wind burn. This is from the wind.
Yep.
It was windy as can be.
I know.
SPF 30 was on. Where are we? We're in a Wyndham Hotel in Orlando.
Mm-hmm. For a couple more days, and then we're going to head over to the Hyatt right by the Orange County Convention Center, a little closer to the show.
Which will be cool.
How long did it take Matt to get good with his new swing? Currently going through a swing change. I would say, personally looking at it, I think it took you about 3 months before you kind of were comfortable.
For sure.
Which is fast. It's really fast.
And I would also say important to say that I think I did start noticing improvement right away. But for me to actually go play golf where I wasn't thinking about it a crazy amount, a few months. Yeah. But I hit a lot of balls. Like I practiced a lot. It wasn't.
Yeah. The interesting thing is you shot under par once in 2018 and you have shot once under par now in 2019.
Sure.
So that's a really good sign on tough golf courses as well.
Yeah, hit my driver well. Although, to be honest, it's always putting. It really is. Like those rounds, you make a lot of putts.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
What driver would you recommend for a beginner but doesn't want anything used or old?
New driver.
Well, we done obviously the review of the Tour Exotics recently, and we found that to be great value, didn't we?
Yeah.
At whatever would that be? $399 or $299 US?
$300 US. Yeah.
$300 US.
Yeah.
So I would say for that, with some of the custom upgrades that they offer, would be a really good option for a lot of guys.
And if someone wanted to spend more, if they're willing to, what, G400 Max?
Love that question.
Could do that one next.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so Brendan can either look at the Tour Edge for a good deal or G400 Max for full price. All right, take that one.
Jason, I love that question. Have you ever fitted anyone swinging one arm due to disability? One of the most rewarding fits I ever done was for a kid who can only swing with his right arm.
Oh, really?
He and his family are very close to me, and his dad said, "Listen, can you fit my son? He's he obviously the golf clubs are a challenge. They're heavy. They're blah blah blah." So we built him some clubs that were lighter, a little bit shorter with bigger grips.
Okay.
So he could kind of get his right hand under the grip a little bit.
Right.
Tons of loft. Now, when Jackie plays, he hits driver about 200 yards.
Really?
Hits it nice and high. He's broken 90 with his right arm only.
That's amazing.
And it was one of the most rewarding fits I've ever done because he now hosts his dad hosts a charity golf event for him, and you play a few holes with Jackie, and
that's really cool.
Very cool.
All right. We were at Orange Tree today, Jerry.
Yeah, Orange Tree, which is right across the way from Bay Hill. The greens were as good as you'll put on for Bermuda.
I would say they were like
pure,
shockingly
absolutely
good.
pure.
Extremely good.
Corey, hit the new PXG driver yet? Yes. Yeah, good signs. We've not hit it in depth, but we have hit it. I think it looks good. It sounds better. Sounds like it's got a little bit of a chance. I love the price reduction.
It'll be interesting because it's funny, like, of things to complain about. I've seen comments of people saying, "Oh, why are they reducing the price? Isn't that their thing? Is the driver cheaper now? Is it not as well made?" It'll be interesting to see how that. I mean, overall, reducing the price of something should never be a problem, but
no,
they've changed their placement in their in the market. They used to be just differentiated by that, but
it's interesting.
What's going to be your surprise prize? Well, I think the nature of it now is nothing's a surprise because everything gets leaked ahead of time and everyone knows about it.
So true.
I don't know how anything can be a surprise, to be honest.
What is going to be the surprise? I don't think there's anything we haven't seen yet.
At least online,
yeah. No, not expecting to be shocked by anything. It's one of the things that I'm disappointed about the PGA show. I used to enjoy coming down when all the products, like tonight was Christmas Eve, and we would rock up to the demo day tomorrow to see what's new. This was before guerrilla marketing and social and all that sort of stuff, where you would leak photos. Our new driver's leaked on social media. Everyone's seen it. A month prior to.
Well, that's the nature of it now, and plus, even prior to that, the reps come and show you at the shop, so you've seen the stuff.
Yep. Zach, new slate blue finish in the SM7, sexy finish, but the interest option was the Modus 125s. Why the 125s opposed to the 120s? It's a slightly different profile, Zach. It's a wedge specific profile. So this is not the
125 is a wedge shaft.
Yeah. That's what I use in my wedges. So the regulars are 105s, the stiffs are 115, and the slightly stiffer ones are 125.
Sorry, it scrolled on this.
Okay. Here. What does a person do if you have no good fitting center anywhere close? So watch all the videos, but dropping a few grand on what I learned is hard to do. Matt, I would say our Patreon option is as good as any, where you can send us some number. If you can access some quad numbers or TrackMan numbers, we can really help you navigate that process. I mean, where are you based, Matt? Maybe let us know where you're based, and maybe we know of someone in that area that's quite good.
Yep. Or at the very least, you can go somewhere and get TrackMan numbers to send in.
Willie, any plans to do DNA mapping of other club heads? Yeah, no question. I think we saw the reaction to that, and it was overwhelmingly positive, and you guys loved digging into the little X-ray of the club to see what's really going on under the hood. It's cool.
Yeah, that's a good question. What's a good low swing speed driver?
The good golf ball.
No,
best ball for low swing speed. About 88 with the driver. Preferred Strixon.
I think he's asking if you
prefer Strixon. Yeah, I mean, no. The answer is no. I don't prefer Strixon. I think the Strixon make a great ball. The soft feel would be a good one. 88 miles an hour. I mean, there's a bunch. Obviously, AVX. If you're looking at the premium line, the new Callaway ERC is a soft compression ball. We've done some Wilson Duo stuff.
Yep.
Mikey's actually been playing with the Snell ball the last couple of days.
Is that supposed to be lower compression?
Not so much lower compression, but it's a really good golf ball. But I definitely look at the lower compression ones.
Yes, you have seen the ST190.
Yeah, I love it.
It's in my golf bag right now. We're testing.
I'm going to go grab one. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, you have one in the other room. Ian's going to go grab one. Yes, we do have that. We were going to test it, but it was way too windy and we couldn't film. So that is coming, not necessarily while we're down here, but we will do it probably as soon as we get back. You had the GT as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got the ST190G.
Oh, that's what they're calling it now.
Yeah, it's got a different name. So they're both called ST now. You've got the G in the stuff.
It's an unboxing video.
Mm-hmm. This is the good stuff.
Oh, that's the one. Okay. Yeah.
So I think, sort of footprint-wise, first thing I noticed when I looked at it was it looks like a slightly bigger Callaway Epic.
Yes.
So see the way the accents round the back.
Yeah.
The black transitions into carbon, and it has a slightly larger footprint. That was the very first thing I thought, like which is a pretty smart move because I mean I think there was so many people loved that driver profile.
That's a good point. Kind of cool looking.
Yeah, so we'll hit this a bunch tomorrow. We're pretty excited to hit it.
Yeah.
I'm curious to mess about with these weights and put 2 weights in one track and flip them over and put 2 weights in another. Because they got 11 grams each. I mean, if there's
is that what that says?
I don't know if it's 2. I don't know if it's 1-1
okay.
or if it's just a couple of notches. We'll see. So, yeah,
interesting. Yeah, we're gonna go see. I forgot about that. We're gonna see Mizuno at the demo day.
Yeah. Jay, boys, enjoy the trip. Thanks, Jay.
Yes,
You're missing all the snow.
We know.
We're delighted.
Pretty happy about that.
How's the weather in Orlando? Currently 8 degrees in New Jersey. The weather it's been a bit chilly. I mean, relatively.
Yeah. Well, the first day we got here was nice. It was like 20-ish. It's just been the last 2 days haven't been great, but it's supposed to be warm tomorrow, so we cannot complain because no one will care.
Tell us. I want to know what you guys are excited about for the show.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we are. We've had a chance to see the stuff for a couple of months now, but
it's wrong to say we're not excited. It's just that it's like then, and you've experienced this for 10 years, but it's like you see it, you get told about it. You're not allowed to film anything about it. You're not really allowed to have it for any length of time. So it just kind of, I think that wears it down for you a bit. So we're excited to actually get to try it.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's a good question for you.
Do you feel the ball can make a large difference on the course? I recently went to an AVX and feel the lower spin maybe hurt me to keep the ball in line. Is this possible, or am I crazy?
Not crazy.
No, definitely not crazy, Ryan. I mean, I think the lower spin element, as we've seen in all our golf ball testing, the lower the loft, the less the balls actually change in performance. So they actually don't do a whole lot different when we've tested them off the driver, and it progresses a little bit as you go up in loft. But once you start getting into the short irons, you see monumental differences in launch and spin. When I say monumental, like you can see 3 degrees of launch and 3,000 RPMs of difference in spin.
Completely different ball flight.
Which can lead to a flight window, the difference between about 30 feet in apex. Sure. So something that launches low with higher spin will be pulled down and flying flatter, which is kind of a bit more of what you want than the kind of high launch, low spin golf ball, which then becomes a bit of a danger when you're fly or lies and that
rough,
sort of thing.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes, the putter shaft gets more attention this year, 100%. So we played today. Our entire foursome had stability putter shafts.
Yeah, we all use stability putter shafts. One of the other guys Anthony from Club Connects had a stability in there as well.
He did as well, yeah.
So yeah, no question.
Thoughts on Tiger's return? Excited to see Tiger again.
It's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be really cool to see where he starts the year at.
Yeah. I haven't really heard much about what he's kind of been up to.
Well, last year, like all the talk last year was of, it's a process. It's a process I got to work into. I got to get the feeling back. He has the feeling now. He won. Yeah. He was part, of that Ryder Cup team, albeit, he was obviously drained by the time he got to Paris and that sort of thing. I think he's going to be somewhere resembling a very, very impressive Tiger Woods in the next level.
I think that's safe to say. As you say, the missing thing has been the belief that he can win, and now
he doesn't second guess that anymore. It's not a case of I wonder if I still can. He knows he still can.
And recently, this is actually a reminder. Wilson will be there at demo day tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I haven't hit the driver, and neither of you. Only Al hit it.
That's right.
So I think we'll swing by Wilson.
One thing I'd love to do tomorrow is create a little leaderboard as we go around, taking some notes on driver performance. So I'd love to kind of get so we have our quad. Obviously, we're going to set up sessions. So when we put down all the drivers that we hit, when we look at that at the end of tomorrow, I want to really be able to tell you guys this is what we saw was the standout performers.
Can we go a wrap-up video?
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Keep the data together. That's a great idea. We will do that. We can answer this quickly. What's a favorite training aid of yours?
A training aid for me.
You like the
Obviously,
Martin Chuck
smart ball. Yeah, I think smart ball is good for a lot of people for keeping your structure in form, sinking arms and body. Obviously, we talk a lot about in the channel super speed. Call that training aid. The super speed
it
golf
is training
sticks.
aid.
Yeah, for sure. Like those as well. Larry Chung,
What's up?
what's the best training aids out there?
Larry's over there.
I think the smart ball. I think is probably my favorite of all. Like you said, it keeps the structure for arms long, elbows together.
Because Larry doesn't like training aids, so if he says that's a good one, that's
a good one.
Pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super speed.
What do you think of the new one that they have, the Tour Striker? This sort of green band that shallows the. Yeah.
I haven't seen enough.
Haven't worked it enough.
Yeah, it looks a little too big of a contraption.
Yeah.
To me at first sight.
To allow the club to do it naturally.
I haven't tried it too much, or even seen it in person. So I can't really say.
Maybe we'll see it at the show.
It's good. It's good. I mean, obviously, asking an instructor. And, like you said, we're not instructors, so to ask someone who's.
Oh, you were an instructor. I was an instructor.
Yeah. I think somebody who's in it, and Barry works day in day out with the swing. I think he's a very valid person to ask.
Hanmer reviews are in the future, not necessarily the near future. There is a future.
Let's see. Red line. What are your handicaps? We're both around scratch.
I'm a 1 exactly.
We're right around there. I'm with Matt. I'm in Iowa, 3 hours from Club Champion in Minneapolis, 3 hours from Omaha, 6 from Chicago. I mean, yeah, I just make it. I know it's easy for me to say sitting here, but I'd make a little trip out of it and go there and see it. Club Champion are great guys. We saw a bunch of the Club Champion guys out there. They do an excellent job. They'll have the similar shafts to what we have. They use TrackMan, we use GC Quad, so a little bit different in the numbers, but they'll certainly be one of the better companies out there, for fitting professionally.
It's worth the drive. I mean, you're not going. It's not like you have to go every weekend. It's on a daily commute.
I would exactly plan it. Make sure you go there with some good intentions of what you're looking to get out it. Make sure you get value for money out it. That's up to you.
Is it possible to swing up too much, or can you just keep lowering the loft so it doesn't launch too high?
You can swing up too much for sure. You absolutely can. You can lose a lot of face control the more your golf club is. It's kind of the positioning your body gets into if you're hitting up that much is detrimental to being consistent. So if you're hitting up on it, 7, 8, degrees, the chances of you swinging functionally are fairly low. So
that's a long drive method.
Definitely.
And you see how they just need to get one ball in.
That's it. One in the grid. So, they're just trying to match the face to the path to the stripe for that one moment in time. That's all that is. So, yeah, I think a good rule of thumb, if you can be, around, 2 to 3 degrees, 2 to 4 degrees up on the driver, you're in pretty good shape. As long as when you move the ball back a little bit and you get the iron in your hand, you can still be down enough to get nice control in the irons and compression.
Kyle, yes, we have seen the G410 crossover.
The new shape looks really good. Cool. It looks good. They've made it a lot smaller. I think the original crossovers have been too big. Quite good and quite hot, but a little too offset and a little too big. They almost looked a little strange.
Yeah, gotcha. Let's get something shaft related. What driver shaft do you think performs like a Project X 6.5? It's an interesting question.
What on I love the flight I get from mine, but I haven't found it. What driver shaft?
Yeah.
I mean, which project? Which driver shaft performs like a project?
So Project 6.5 is.
I would say, in a strange-ish kind of way, that new Acra TZ6 would spring to mind for me. So I always think of Project X is great for the guy who's on the steeper side, who's looking to raise initial launch and kind of keep the spin pretty flat. So I kind of see Project X doing that. I see Dynamic Gold going like that. So I see two different flights. I see Dynamic Gold initially a little bit lower in launch, but spins a little bit higher from what I generally see.
Right. Stop me when you see something.
Does it pain anyone else when Matt crushes one and stops at 349? It pains me. I don't get it. Why the software developers wouldn't allow that to click one more on.
No, see, he's not being negative though. He wants to see it go to 350.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no, I'm like, it crushes me because I'm like, why would they do that? Like, if it's 299.
Oh, a rounding error.
Well, I was with Larry the other night. We were working on ball speed, and I must have had 10, 15 drives that finished at 169 point something, and we were trying to get it to 170.
But if you know it's rounding, or you're really happy with yourself, you want the real.
That's what I mean. So it was So it would show up 170 on the quad, but when it showed up on the software, it was 169.
So we had the same thing. I agree.
Jerry Lawrence, how are you, Jerry? Have you done ball testing when putting? I like using a softer ball, but hate it feel when putting. I mean, Jerry, that's not so much of a testing thing, Jerry. I think that's a preference thing. It's for you to do a little bit of testing and maybe find yourself the looks of it, a softer ball by compression, but maybe a firmer ball by cover, something along those lines. I would just try a bunch and see what you can find.
Fujikura Ventus shafts.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to be going to see them tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see them. We'll things with at the show tomorrow. Yeah. I know Mike was talking to their guys, and they're pretty pumped up about Ventus. What are your thoughts on G410 weights only being able to be used in 3 positions versus sliding track?
It's the Epic that also is the same, isn't it? It has to be screwed in. The track weighting on the Epic Flash.
No, you can slide that around. It's a slider.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a slider. I would say I like it. I like, as a fitter, right? So when you come in for a fit, and when we are configuring the weights around the back, and we find the perfect adjustment. If you're subtly sliding that weight around the back, when you're replicating it, we currently have to take a picture of it and try to get exactly where it's left. Whereas with the ping one now, you're either going to be fade, standard, or draw, and I love that.
Yeah,
I think that's good. I'm just thinking selfishly from me being able to replicate the exact driver that we.
But it also seems unlikely that moving it that much would actually do anything.
We saw that, didn't we, with Epic Flash and the driver DNA test when we looked at the adjustment of the CG, the true CG adjustment. It wasn't
the movement, right?
It wasn't all that much in terms of moving the CG around the head.
All right.
Did I say something about putters?
Yeah, I'm gonna
see that one.
Yeah, I lost the plot. Here you go.
He said some of the putters never been the same.
I think putter shafts never been the same. Yeah, you're talking about putter shafts
for sure, Vince. Putter shafts have been, it's been really all about let's get a cheap steel shaft in the putter. So no real thought has went into the sort of dynamics of how much the shaft bends, how much potentially the shaft allows the head to twist in an off-center strike, how that translates to feel, and so on and so forth. So with the work Barney Adams done with Quintic, Dr. Paul Hurrian and Quintic, they came up with a much more solid method, which basically for me means that the putter shaft will not go back to being an oversight when it comes to club fitting or club design. Never mind club fitting, just the manufacturers, when they release it, they're going to get better results from their products. So the chances are they're going to try and figure out, a better method of doing it. I remember before all these shafts came out, all these different, stability shafts, and the new one Odyssey has, I was using a Dynamic Gold X7, the stiffest shaft I could find.
Yeah, I remember you did that.
Yeah, I was using a pitching wedge shaft on my putter to get it as stiff as I possibly could for the exact same reason. That was several years ago.
All right. question about putter grips.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of due for a video, I guess, on that. We've never really done something specifically.
Yeah.
That.
Well, and the changes that they can potentially make if they do make changes, or is it just preference and all that sort of thing? It's too bad. Mondays was one of our favorite days here. The PGA show. We go to Accra's just their annual golf day, but it's the largest gathering of club fitters in the world. There was 130 of the top club fitters in the world there today. And it was really cool. But we would have loved to have been at the Quintic Ball Roll accreditation day, which we would have, been able to ask those types of questions. So
it's tough to do everything in 1 week,
tough.
isn't it?
Yeah.
New Z Star.
I've been playing it this week. I really like it. It spins for me. The new Z Star XV spins a bit more than the old one.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I was spinning a decent amount on the greens today.
So you think green side is better?
I've struggled. I've actually just changed the new Mura wedges and that golf ball, and they combine really, really well on my wedges.
You did hit some nice spinning ones. Yeah. No, we're not playing with the Golfholics while we're down here.
Marco, I mean, are they? Are they?
They're down.
Are they here?
Yeah, they have some stuff going on. It just didn't. We would have had to arrange it well in advance.
Yeah, we're not certainly playing, but we are certainly going to be looking to bump into a bunch of these guys and just do a little collaboration stuff if we get the opportunity.
Talk about Ricky and
Mm-hmm.
So Ricky's switching to the TaylorMade ball and glove. I don't think it's a big deal personally.
Yeah, I
don't really know why anyone cares.
Tell us what you guys think. I don't know how that constituted for big news today. That Ricky moved into a TaylorMade ball and glove.
Slow news day.
Maybe.
If he had been a full Titleist player and he was playing a Titleist ball and then he was going to TaylorMade, fine. That's he was already. I get that he had a Titleist ball, but Cobra and Titleist aren't the same company anymore.
No, exactly. We played a new ball actually today, didn't we? The Clear golf ball. We've been playing it for a couple of days.
Yeah, we tried some.
Which has been really nice.
I mean, I didn't notice in whatever I played probably 9 holes with it.
Yeah.
It played a lot like a Pro V1.
Right.
So we'll do some more. We just got them when we were at Nona on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So we have another box then we'll take back with us and do some testing at the shop.
Sure.
Yes, we are going to review Bridgestone golf balls next few weeks.
Yeah. They've just made an entrance into the Canadian market, and we have been talking with them. So we will definitely be doing more with them.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of questions about consumer level launch monitors.
Yeah.
To me, it's just the SkyTrack is the only one that's got any sort
of $5,000 Whisker. I would say try and get your hands on the GC2.
They're still about $8,000 though, aren't they? Something like that.
You can pick up a second-hand one for sure for less than that. Yeah.
But if not, a SkyTrack is probably your best bet.
Probably the best bet.
Yeah, they're about $3,000. We're just catching up, guys. Just give us a second.
Mm-hmm. Technically, light is a trading aid. Very true. He is.
Larry's more of a. I'm telling Larry he's becoming more of my. He's in charge of my mood now. He's very good at keeping positivity going during the round of golf.
Larry is captain positive. There literally is no way you can break down the positive.
He's never said a negative thing since I've met him. Never.
You literally, even if you try to break down the barrier of positivity with Mr. Chung, you're failing. You're not going to do it.
Okay, it won't happen.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of requests up for you to come and join this, Larry Chung.
Come and wave.
Really? Okay, I'll stop.
Here it comes.
He's getting changed.
Pull it off too.
He's taking his shirt off, folks.
He's going to wait to see the hair.
He's got a new hairdo.
He's coming.
Ping blueprint irons. Yes, we have seen them, not in person though.
No.
What's an arm lock putter?
An arm lock.
There he is, Larry.
Look at that. Huh?
Larry Chung Golf.
New hair.
The Swing Whisperer in person.
Well, why don't we just kind of try and get a little bit further down and see if we can get some questions for Larry?
Okay, we're gonna skip ahead. Guys, we'll come back later.
Yeah, if you've got any other questions that we've missed, please resend them. And yeah,
actually,
definitely.
probably, yeah.
Well, I'll come on that side.
Okay. To make room for another one.
Is Matt switching to G410? I've never even tried it. So
Is
don't know.
I would say unlikely. Matt would be
You don't think so?
switching. I don't think so. I think yours is pretty good. I think.
It is pretty good. Yeah. Larry, are you single? No, he's not.
Oh, he absolutely is not.
He's far from single. So, okay, I'm going to try to squeeze this in. So Larry has been teaching me since April, Larry?
Yep. Yeah, I think May was our first lesson.
Okay.
We played
May 2018.
few rounds together when
Chris.
Cedarbrae opened late April.
Yep. And been working with Ian since what? July? June? Something
Yeah,
like that?
probably middle of the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere then.
Yeah.
So we're gonna we'll take some instruction questions with Larry. Let me just answer Chris.
Sure.
Chris, thank you for sending us that. That's nice of you. 108 swing speed, 2300 spin, carry 268, 1.42 average smash.
Chris, what driver are you using?
Hmm.
I'd love to know what driver you're using.
Yeah, let us know, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, Roachy.
Chris Roach.
There's no whiskey in here.
Where's the whiskey?
We had a Bud Light at the course.
Yeah, we had a couple of
Does that
beers
count,
today.
Roachy? Larry does offer online lessons. Yes, he
Mhm.
does. Chris has a TS3.
As a TS3, spinning at 2300, 108, 2300. Yeah, you should be hitting it significantly further than that.
So he's asking if it's his face to path. I guess Chris, we're assuming you're a little bit outside in on the path. Face is a bit open.
I mean, hard to see it being
It's
that
not a
much
ter-
out
it's
to
not a
in if you're
terrible-
spinning it. To be honest, it could very well be a little bit. And we've seen enough, misreads in club speed
True.
where it misreads at a fraction high, and
That's true.
a 142 smash is actually off of a really good one.
So it's
Chris, do me a favor, send some numbers if you can to YouTube at TXG.
Yeah, just put your name in the description.
Just let us know that it's your name, Chris. Send it to YouTube at txg.ca. I'd love to take a look at your numbers.
Okay, perfect. All right, Larry. Larry does go in the gym with clients. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He does have flexibility and stretching videos. I think
Yeah.
you just started that with.
Yeah, there'll be more to come. I'm filming quite a bit with my strength coach, Ian Warner Sr. So we'll have a lot coming out right.
So go
in the
follow
near future.
Larry's channel. It's
Yeah.
Larry Chung Golf. Just type that in the search bar. Said you offer online lessons. Yep. Down hinge and the downswing. Can you give us a little? Give us a little thought there.
What I like my clients doing a down hinge is basically traditionally people tend to cock their wrist upwards, and that typically will make your lead wrist kind of cupped in this way. So typically, I like for most players to have it flat or bowed, just so there's less variables, because most players tend to be flat or bowed at impact. So there's really no point for most people to be cupped and try to get it flat in such a short period of time. So one, we try to minimize the hinging in the backswing, but two, for players who they'll still be hinged, the down hinge is just literally the opposite movement of going downwards with the wrist, and that typically helps you get your speed out earlier, and also lock out. It's going to lock out your lead wrist, while my left wrist will be locked out flat, so that the face will be more square. So that typically is a good move for most of my clients that I've worked with.
It's good advice, folks.
So see if that helps. Hopefully it'll help you.
Gotcha. All right, what else we got? Effectiveness of online lessons.
Versus in person. That's a good question.
It's a great question.
I think it really depends on who you take it with. I think in person is always going to be the preferred for most people, but if you don't have a coach that you trust in your area, then maybe online with someone that you think would be successful with you would be the way to go first.
You've been working with a really good player in Hong Kong. Maybe talk a little bit about that.
So traditionally, most of my online clients have been just they send me video. I make a space for them in the Coach Now app, so everything's organized. And then, so basically, let's say Matt's my online client. He'll upload video for me down the line view and face on, and then he'll tell me what's going on, what they want to improve on, and then I'll look at it. I'm gonna tell them what why things are happening or why I want them to change perhaps, and then they'll try to implement the suggested change. If they go practice the next day, they film it, they upload it again, and we go from there. So it's basically, if they practice every day, we talk every day. If they practice 3 days a week, we talk 3 days a week. The more you practice, the better. It's more of a program to encourage you guys to work as much as you can. Definitely. So then, and back to Ian's point, the guy in Hong Kong, because he practices in the studio in a gym that has a live stream camera, foresight. So I basically, the 12-hour difference or 13-hour difference right now, I'll be at home at 8-9 a.m. I'll be 8-9 p.m. there, and I'll be FaceTiming him while looking at my screen. So it's actually pretty cool. It's basically like a real lesson, but through the internet, which is pretty cool.
And I liken it a little bit too when our guys send numbers to us for online fitting.
For sure,
I think we can do a darn good job. I think we can add value and definitely make a seriously good recommendation. It's just secondary to seeing them in person, but it doesn't mean it's not effective or of any value. If we can't see them face to face, that would be our next best option, wouldn't it?
For sure, absolutely. I think if not everyone can fly to Toronto to see you or to see me. Yeah. But if you want to see us or interact with us, I think online is definitely the way to go. Yeah. And I know everyone I've sent to Ian have enjoyed it. So it's definitely I don't think the online relationship would diminish the relationship we could have and the experience that we could have. It's just a different platform to do it.
Yeah, I think one thing we've talked about for a while is doing some stuff together, whether it be in person or online, where we can help you guys through somewhat of a kind of a swing and equipment standpoint, because we can really get what each other bring to the table. I think we can offer a package that can really help people.
I think the biggest successes I've seen in my clients are the people who they work with me, they work with you. Yeah. It's an ongoing yearly relationship where I can ask them, let's say I'm teaching them, I see the line angle is getting a little bit weird. Yeah. The ball flight kind of matches up with the line angle. I can say, okay, just without changing anything, let's just bend it a couple of degrees, see how it goes the following week.
The equipment can evolve as the swing evolves.
Exactly, yeah. And that's the great thing about having all this in one city, basically.
For sure.
Yeah, so very lucky to have that.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Larry. Why don't we take a few equipment questions?
Sure.
And then we will probably wrap it up because we need to get some sleep.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. I'll leave you guys to it.
That was awesome.
The one and only Larry Chung.
That was cool.
Nice little move boost for us here. All right. So someone asked, here's Ty, asked about KBS shafts. So that is something that I can, from reading comments for a year, that's got to be one of the most asked products that you don't carry. Yeah. So
I would like to spend some time there tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So I think that's
would definitely like to spend some time there tomorrow. And
Mikey, come give us a wave.
I love boats.
He did this. So we'll go visit them tomorrow. Try some stuff out.
Yeah, we will certainly do that.
Sounds good. Probably go down to the bottom. Yeah. Christopher. No, we don't teach the Hosan Choi swing, although it is very entertaining.
Epic Flash, heavier than Rogue. Jordan, not by much. What do you think? What have you mapped when you've been building? A couple of grams?
Epic Flash, heavier than Rogue.
We're talking now to the lead club builder, director of club building and fitting at TXG.
Don't make me turn this
laptop
around.
No, I don't want to do a video.
Just say hi. Just say hi at least.
Director of club building and
Mikey,
club fitting.
TXG. Right okay, answer the big interesting question.
Weight on Rogue versus Epic Flash.
Same.
Similar.
Same.
Within a gram.
Within a gram.
Yeah. They haven't changed anything.
Nope.
The one thing that we talked a lot about them being light. When we say that they're light, it's the shell that's light. So when you basically take the head minus the sleeve, we're in about 188, 189, 190 range with a Callaway head.
That's the confusion that some people have had. So you're talking about the sleeve difference.
Correct. Gotcha. When we take a G400 Max, we often are slightly over 200 grams without the sleeve. So we're talking about a 5-6 gram percent difference.
So we'll end up being heavier. Yeah. Gotcha.
For sure.
Mikey, do you want to answer any more questions?
Yeah, let's get some club building
questions.
Let's do that.
There's a guy that asked about hot melt.
Okay. Yeah.
He's like
benefits.
he wants to take his driver to D6 from D3 or something like that. I mean, we notice that a lot, especially right now. We notice with G400, swing weights were on the heavy side, but then with Rogue or TaylorMade was on the super light side. I think that's just due to carbon.
Yeah.
There's too much carbon. I mean, it's not too much carbon fiber, but they're just light.
Interesting one, the graphite iron shafts.
It's good. It's a good product. We played with a guy today who's, I would say, scratch, maybe +2 handicap.
Hits it a ton, doesn't he?
Hits it hard.
Hard, and he had no issues. He actually made a comment to me in one of the holes, said he felt like the graphite shafts, he used a previous version, he said it was too stiff for him, and he swings driver at 115-ish, and hits it seriously hard.
I think that's the cool thing with graphite iron shafts. Acra does it. Mitsubishi has it. Like, they have the graphite shaft.
Yeah, we'll get that one.
Okay,
next.
yeah, they have the graphite shaft, but they have that titanium nickel weave, or they've stiffened up the tip section for control. But you can get that little bit lighter, softer feel still from it. So, irons 1 inch long. Does swing weight really matter?
Doesn't swing weight? Yeah,
swing weight will change. Quarter inch difference, but does it matter?
Jose,
I think swing weights comes down to a feel for a lot of people. I mean, there's different swing weight, standard swing weight for graphite iron shafts than there is for steel shafts. It all depends on the person and how long he's saying 1 inch.
Minus his
inch off.
Yeah, there'll definitely be a feel difference.
Well, the problem is a lot of people go, D2 is a standard swing weight. My clubs are an inch long. My clubs are an inch short. They have to be D2. How do I get it to D2? They don't. They absolutely don't. The head weight is going to still be the same. So call it 6 iron, 260 to 262 grams. If you're playing around with that weighting too much, you can change the flex of the shaft slightly. You can make it feel boardier. You can make it feel softer. Things like this.
Swing weight in a putter. I like this one. I had. I guess a friend of the company's now, Johnny Wonder.
Yep.
He wanted his counterbalance Vault 2.0 heavier.
Yep.
I told him he could cut it down to 35 inches and it'd be extremely heavy. But we packed it up with lead tape. There really is no swing weight for a putter. I mean, his counterbalance putter at 39 inches was F7. F7.5. He wanted super heavy. I got it off the swing weight scale to almost. You don't even worry about swing weight. You worry about total weight at that point.
Yeah, for sure. Swing weight versus MOI. We don't MOI match. No. I think
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've talked to many people about it. I get emails a lot about swing weight versus MOI. I personally haven't built with it. I've read about it. I think it's a little passé right. Like it's not as popular, but swing weight to me is a little bit more important. But
although I've never seen somebody present me any results that lead me to think that MOI to build to MOI matching is better than swing weight. I've never seen it, and I think if it was that much better, the OEMs would probably offer it. Because they're looking for an advantage in the market, they're looking for a competitive advantage. So I wouldn't do that for sure.
The little Debbie's are
the boys are getting treats out. It's that time of night.
We're on vacation.
Don't eat junk food, folks.
Heard of graphite putter shafts? Of course, we played a role in some prototype testing with Acra on 4 different. Graphite shafts, actually with 4 different tip flexes. They had a 100, 200, 300, 400 series, which was very soft in the tip on the 100, up to as stiff as they could make a shaft in the 400. And the idea being you would match the shaft to the tempo. So if you were slower, someone like a Lauren Roberts, type of stroke, you would get the shaft to work a little bit. If you're more of a pop stroke, like a Snedeker, that type of stuff, you'd actually get a slightly firmer shaft.
A guy filled the shaft with sand and put it in a putter. Loved it. Got stolen. I mean, I wanted to put tungsten powder again down Johnny Wonder's putter shaft. The amount of weight he wanted was ridiculous, but hey, whatever makes it heavy.
Yeah, we have. Tim,
2002. We've done a grip thickness video. We've done one probably spring last year.
We've made 2 actually.
Have we?
The newer one is quite a bit better. So just go to our channel homepage and search grip, and it'll come up.
Here we go. Let's see where we at.
The best graphite shaft company in golf. Are they all made in Kingston? Well, they're made in Japan.
Yeah.
They're designed
for the
in
most
Kingston.
For the most part, they're made in Japan. Most of
Yeah.
their shafts made in Japan and Asia. Let's say. Are they the best shaft company in golf? They're certainly one of them, Mike. They really make top of the line stuff. They work with the top materials company in the world, Toray. They use the best materials available. They have some really unique design philosophies, which I absolutely love. Their new TZ6, for example, is one of the lowest torque shafts available in the market right now, about 2.2 degrees of torque. They've made the profile such that it's very butt stiff in the TZ6, very tip soft, but it's one of the lowest spinning shafts in the marketplace, but it still launches it a little bit on the higher side. So that's why someone like a Cameron Champ or like Martin Canner, like we were talking to guys today, really, really like the shaft.
I hit 5 balls with it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, you loved it?
The 85 gram one, surprisingly, didn't even feel that kind of stiff, I guess.
Okay. Difference, where were we? Difference in going from Apex 19 to Apex 19 Pros. Obviously, lofts. The face thickness is significantly thinner on Apex 19, which is going to promote a little bit quicker ball speeds. We'll launch it a little bit higher than Apex Pros. Offset will be one, head size, so a little real estate change for sure. So yeah, the usual differences between a standard and a pro head. Most of that. Guys, just got to ping app for putting analysis. Are there any numbers you'd recommend me to aim for, or is it based on the individual? Yeah, I think matching your club face to your arc style is ultimately the key to putting. The face angle at impact is the holy grail of putting, both horizontally and obviously vertically from a loft perspective. So if you can match that face back to square, you're going to be in really good shape. Do you want to do that one? What is it? Recoil versus steel fiber, biggest differences. So talk about it maybe from a build standpoint, from a balance point.
Yeah, I mean, recoil and steel fiber haven't built with much in a long time.
Yeah.
We don't offer recoil or steel fiber, and possibly will change.
Recoil, when they first launched back in about 2013-14, one of the biggest things they told us was that they were really going after the market that were struggling with the balance point being too high in graphite wood, so graphite irons. So they made it. They actually said they based it more on the dynamic gold profile, which is a little bit heavier in the tip section. So we tend to find that steel fiber plays very, very butt stiff, exceptionally butt stiff, and also pretty high balance point.
Slows my saw down when we cut it.
I mean, that's it. Isn't it? I mean, when you look at that wall thickness when you cut through it,
you can step on it.
Yeah,
it will not break.
What are you guys looking for positions at TXG? We're always looking to acquire the best talent that we can possibly get. So if there's someone watching this and they think, I'd love to get into club fitting industry, send us an email, send us your resume to info@txg.ca. We're looking for positions all over the company as we grow at a pretty rapid rate right now. So it'd be everything. What else have we got? Has Taylor? Travis has got one there. Has TaylorMade speed face marketing made it possible for them to climb faster faces in the future? Impossible for them to climb. Yeah, they have. 257 CT is max. If they are telling us that they are at 257 CT with twist face, which they showed some stats recently of their twist face results of all their players from last year, and there was an improvement on accuracy across the board that they showed. But yeah, absolutely, Travis. If they're at 257, that's legal. That's the legal limit. Let's go.
I'm getting fitted for stability putter shaft.
Mm-hmm. To ask.
Going to club jam.
Questions to ask.
Well, I mean, obviously, when you're trying it, you're gonna want to make sure that the feels. You want to go to hit it. Yeah. You're going to get fitted for a stability shaft. Make sure you can try it on multiple heads with multiple sort of loft configurations and variant toe hangs, that sort of thing. So, I mean, there's nothing really you need to go in there and sort of ask about stability. You can go to the website and you can find it out. Yourself, and they've got all their data on there, the off-center strikes, the variance in dynamic loft, how much presented dynamic loft there is, etc., etc. We have not tested Hogan's yet.
They're coming.
Yeah, they're on the way to us.
They're being built as of last week. The ones that are samples. That's what I heard.
Yep. What else we got?
Sorry, answer this because we missed it earlier.
Yeah,
sure.
I saw that one earlier. Strict sunrise
On the angle man.
There's often cause gap and issues the fractures on the lateral 745. That's very long with big gaps. Thinking it's long grounds. I mean, I think that's unique to the person. That's one of the reasons we offer a gapping session following a fitting, because ultimately, if we're fitting you to a mid iron, and you deliver the short iron differently and the long iron differently again from that. So say you're particularly steep and you de-loft the short irons and you flight them in very flat, but you hit the long irons or you deliver it much shallower and hit it much higher with the long irons, you're going to present completely different dynamic situations. So if you are that type of player, you can solve it very easily with a gapping session following your fit. That'll get you exactly where you need to be.
On there as fitters.
Where was that, Mikey? Up or down?
Down.
Well, you play Fortnite right now
for $50. Larry probably would.
Yeah, Larry's probably over there playing it right now.
Playing what?
Oh,
Fortnite.
Jake, your offer went down from.
No Fortnite.
Jake offered $59. Now it's down to $50. Larry's busy, unfortunately, Jake. He'll take you up on that later.
Larry has logos available on his shirt section. If there's anyone who wants to sponsor Larry,
Comic Sans.
You get space in those shirts, Larry.
What?
There's offers for sponsorship over here.
Fortnite.
Yeah, hey.
As a fitter, what
Definitely giving space. Tons of space for sponsorships.
THC that currently don't have. Digital loft and live for woods.
Yeah, that on your side of things, that would definitely help.
What are the things you've been thinking of getting?
Obviously, SST.
Mm-hmm.
SSTs is something that will help us eliminate any sort of rogue shafts from a weakness standpoint. Now we can frequency match the shafts, and when the boys do that, we can match the shafts well. But there can still be orientation issues. So when obviously we load the shafts, we can sometimes see deviations in load based on the oscillation.
What about the you've got some thoughts of the CG mapping machine that you saw?
Yeah, I mean,
in the future at some point maybe?
We have a plan in the works right now to create a really, really sick science lab where we have the equipment to test absolutely everything top to bottom on a golf club, so that when a club comes in, we are able to really weed out the ones that are not going to help our customers.
Yep.
So we can test the best of the best.
We need a bigger place for all this stuff.
We will. We will very soon.
I'm in
TXG East in Peterborough. It's not far enough, Mike. That's nice.
Yeah, we have a ton of guys.
TXG East experience.
that might be Mike McNamara.
Oh,
that might be Mike from Peterborough. Yeah. If it is Mike, hope you're well, pal.
That's a wave.
20 handicap left-handed, missed it left. What irons would you fit? Miss it left.
Push.
Need more info.
Yeah.
Yeah, need more info than that, Robert. Give us a little bit more insight on the left miss. Does it left going left? Does it start right and hook left? There can be various things with the club being too light. There could be too much offset. CG's a little too far back.
Is that custom ball markers?
Lucas, is that the custom ball marker Canada guy? With the cool wedges that we had in the shop.
What's that?
Lucas?
The ones we reshaft. I can't remember. We put super peenings in them. They were the torch.
The wedge wizard ones?
No. That was a guy from Custom Ball Marker Canada. They look good. They look really good.
What is your alternative to KBS shafts as previously fit with KBS tours? Alternative, around that weight category, you're going to enjoy, what do you think? DG 120s potentially. Obviously Project X changes in weight from, as the flexes change, but like an LZ profile wouldn't be a million miles away from doing what a KB sort of does or feels like and that sort of thing.
You could almost say that Oban 115, if you were to hard step or soft step, which would very similar tendency to it.
Mm-hmm. Where are we at there? What would you do what would you do in a fitting session if someone said they are in the process of changing their swing? Frankie, I would always bear in mind the head and shaft choice. If we know what you're trying to achieve, whether it's reduction of curvature, whether it's increasing distance or dynamic loft or whatever it may be, making sure that you have the ability for those irons to evolve. We would never pick something like really strong cast like a Rogue X or something like that wasn't bendable. We would want something in your hands that was very adjustable, that started off at a really neutral loft and lie, and something that we could easily bend and then they could evolve as the player's swing evolves. Went to TrueSpec to get a fitting for a driver. Asked them at TBT shaft. They don't offer them because they said they have issues with braking. Thoughts? What's that?
Go to bed. It's time for Big Go at the home.
So true.
068.
So true. TBT had a few shafts that we know of break. A few unfortunate ones. Obviously, the unfortunate one was John Sendon, and they had some issues for sure. But Mike was down at a TBT event in October.
They have the way they do it. They have two machines that were cutting the graphite and running the same pace, but one machine was literally hairs thinner, and they didn't catch it in time. So there was a small batch of shafts that were had a chance of breaking.
We certainly haven't had too many issues with our shafts. I mean, you've played it all year and love it. Matty's played it all year and loves it.
I also don't swing it hard now, so
you would love to break a shaft.
Yeah, I'd love to break one.
You'd be proud of it.
You'd be so proud.
Cheering me on to break one.
Paul, what's Matty's 3-wood right now? You were moaning a little bit about that 3-wood today.
Well, it's not the 3-wood's fault.
It's
a low hook.
I was being a baby. I was blaming my 3-wood. No, I have a TS3, which I like a lot. I tried to hit it twice today, and I sucked both times. Not the club's fault.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Fernand, does putter fitting get affected by eye dominance? Yeah, I think eye dominance will always lead your head to tilt, in a certain way, and often if somebody who's right eye dominant and it causes them to sort of slightly rotate their head and open their shoulders, people can aim subsequently left a fair bit and have to push their putts online. So yeah, I think it definitely does.
It's a good question here.
Driver shafts labeled TX and Flex, are they stiffer than X or just weight difference? They're stiffer than X. Yeah, they are stiffer than X. Would you recommend a frequency analyzer for someone doing their own work? If not, what instead? I would 100% recommend a frequency analyzer. Mm-hmm. You?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no, we would, Justin.
I would say currently have a shaft extractor, good. Ferrule belt sander, good. Swing weight scale, good.
Yeah.
Shaft saw, good. Loft line machine, good.
You're a long way there to making some very, very consistent builds. Definitely get one.
Keep your shop clean. Shop vac, wear a mask. Graphite kills.
All right, let's get a couple more and then we're tapping out, boys.
Your 2 favorites.
Let's go. Mikey, pick one. Is there something wrong with the TS3 driver and 3-wood? They have compromised the faces, identified both in the same range session.
Someone else asked about that, like the finish getting.
I've never heard that.
The finish will silver. A lot of I've seen it on a lot of clubs. It does silver, unfortunately,
because it's
black silver in the middle.
Yeah, true. Yep. But have you seen any denting or any? No, I haven't either. I've not either. So not.
They will replace it though. If it
needs
to be replaced,
they'll just be defective, and obviously just make sure wherever you're playing, that sometimes, the golf balls can be awfully firm and cold in the winter time, and that sort of thing. What do you see there? What's caught your eye?
This guy, one last try. Sorry about that. If I needed an 18.5-degree driving iron to fill my gap, only on for 17 or 20 degree, would it be better to bend the 17 weaker or the 20 stronger?
I mean, do you have to go with this one specific one? Because there's plenty of people that make an 18.
Mm-hmm. Callum makes an 18. UT is.
Kyle, I wouldn't necessarily say you have to do it. I mean, depending on your delivery, obviously we understand we're playing with the bounce a little bit. So, would you rather add bounce? You'd rather take bounce away? That's going to be the question. But I would say starting at 18 or 19 would be the best way to get it.
You would say weaker and go stronger.
Or it just doesn't matter. You can go 18 or 19. So you can go 18, go weaker. You can go 19, go stronger. It's only half a degree, so it's not changing the bounce enough. Okay.
Finito. This is a very rare moment.
Mikey. Tell you what, I know.
It's the first of many. We're going to the gym now. Sorry.
No, we are going to the gym actually. We actually are.
Pump some iron, boys.
Speak for yourself.
That just cost me a lot of money getting him on there. He's going to be wanting guest appearance fees.
100%.
No, that was fun.
What a face.
It was fun. Isaiah, DM and DF, we'll tell you tomorrow. It's on our list. Cool. Well, I think if we can jump on and maybe not do one as long as this one, but if we can jump on and do a little bit of live at the end of the day from the PGA show, this would be a nice way for us to sort of condense the information while it's fresh, and we can do it that way.
We'll try to do a wrap up tomorrow evening.
Set the Cobra. Jerry, great idea to Kyle there. Why not set the Cobra utility to 18.5? Jerry, do you want a job?
Yeah.
That's really good advice.
All right.
Okay. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This was fun. Your questions are always awesome.
Absolutely.
And you guys are really, really good. We love how much you love equipment. Helps us do what we do.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.